Hey everybody, Case here, and I'm back again with more Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. Bowtruckles! That is pretty much all we learned in the previous episode, well, at least up until the end. If you do end up watching the video, there's a mysterious figure that ends up writing a fake letter, and then they do this particular spell where we get all frozen, but we don't know who the person actually is. So it's pretty interesting, and they say, don't go to the Forbidden Forest. But clearly we're going to be going to the Forbidden Forest. The thing is, though, who is that person? In this particular video, though, Chapter 4 of Year 4, we have to show Kettleburn what you know, going back to those Bowtruckles. And once again, I keep on wanting to say Bowtrunkles, but that doesn't make sense, does it? There they are. Looks like I'm the only person here. Are you alright, Casey? You look quite disturbed. Yes, I mean, no, not really, but I'll be fine. I hope you weren't assaulted by my lost chimera. No, but I brought an essay on Bowtruckles and Wigan Tree for this one delivered. Well, hell, that's at least some good news to counter the chimera's ongoing misadventures about the castle. Will you tell me about the ways you've helped students enter the Forbidden Forest now? First, you need to give this Bowtruckle a proper name. Jacob Barnaby Jr. Newt. I don't really like any of them. I'm just being honest. Kinda like Newt. It's kind of a cute name. How about Newt after Newt Scamander? I like it. I'm sure Mr. Scamander will appreciate the sentiment should he return to Hogwarts. Now, let's see if this Newt likes the Wigan Tree you grew for him. Why does it have to be so damn long? I'm pretty sure the Bowtruckle will know in about 10 seconds. I don't really have a choice now, do I? Well done, Casey. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a happy, magical creature. Thanks, Professor Kettleburn. Will you tell me how you helped the students sneak into the Forbidden Forest now? Why do you want to enter the Forbidden Forest? To find a cursed vault, to find creatures, to explore the forest. Well, the lie originally was creatures, so the middle one, I guess. Although, I do want to explore the forest, which is my actual answer. Well, if I could sneak into the forest, I could find more creatures for us to study in class. I've never been able to resist the opportunity to study more magical creatures. It used to be easier to enter the Forbidden Forest before this year's sleepwalking epidemic. Now, the faculty is keeping watch on the perimeter. You don't think it's possible to sneak in? Anything is possible at Hogwarts, Casey. I've always regretted telling Patricia Rakepick that the best way to enter the forest undetected is by broom. She was my most gifted student, and wanted to study the forest creatures in hopes of becoming a magizoologist. Magizoologist is what I tried to say. Once she knew how to sneak in, I think she spent as much time there as she did in the castle. But I believe she was there for something other than creatures, and whatever it wasn't good. You're different, Casey. I don't think you would do this unless you had a very good reason. Thank you, Professor Kettleburn. I'll find a broom and fly into the Forbidden Forest. Very carefully. The forest is massive, Casey. Make sure you know exactly where to enter, and make sure Patricia Rakepick isn't watching. Does that mean I finally can go to it? See me on the grounds. Be prepared to learn a powerful spell. We just talked about her though. Why are we actually going to go talk to her now about this? I tell you what. Okay, never mind. I don't see her unless I wasn't really paying attention and I was not Patricia Rakepick in the picture. Are you alright, Casey? You look like you've seen a Dementor. I was attacked by someone. What? When? Last night, they paralyzed me and told me to stay away from the forest, the vault, and Rakepick. They said death is coming to Hogwarts. What do they look like? They didn't have a face, it was just a red cloak, and the voice was strange, like it was somehow distorted. While Hogwarts is surrounded by protective enchantments, outsiders can't get in, especially dark wizards. Maybe it wasn't an outsider. Maybe it was Rakepick. We have to tell Dumbledore. No, not yet. It could be someone else, and until we have proof, we have to act like everything is normal. I won't let anyone stop me from finding my brother. Shh! Here she comes! Oh, she is coming. Would anyone care to guess why I invited all of you here? To teach us, to question us, to kill us. Kinda like that last one. I'm going to assume it's to question us. We all have first-hand experience with the cursed vaults. You probably want to ask us what happened. I'm not concerned with the previous vaults. I'm only interested in finding the next one. I need an extra pair of hands in my journey to locate the remaining cursed vaults and break their curses. I believe one of you is best suited to serve as my assistant. Which one? That's what we're here to find out, Mr. Copper. You want to pit us against one another? Think of it more as a friendly test of will and skills. Completely voluntary, of course. Why would we want to be your assistant? Good question, Miss Merk. The answer is that I can teach you things you cannot learn from anyone else at Hogwarts. Especially considering the ineptitude of this year's defense against the dark arts professor. What sort of things? Allow me to demonstrate, Mr. Weasley. I trust none of you are afraid of curses. Learn Confringo. Please cast a blasting curse, Mr. Casey. Okay, it's time to cast a Z or a Z, depending on where you live. I'm from Canada, I say Z. But because they have things like TMZ, of course you're going to call it that. You can't call it TMZ. Also, I'm failing this horribly. Come on! It's not hooking. Why is it not hooking? Yeah, that was a problem. It's the game. It's not me. Confringo! Well done, Mr. Casey. You're certainly very talented. Am I talented? Who do you think could help me the most with the vaults? Me? Bill Weasley? Ben Copper? Bill Weasley, what is he good at? He's good at something and I don't remember what it is. Not knowledge. I don't remember. Bill, he's the most experienced and the most powerful. He even talked about becoming a professional curse breaker. He's also a filthy Weasley. Mr. Weasley is a fine candidate. If Miss Sneed or anyone else hopes to surpass him, they will need to be especially ambitious. Is it Sneed or Snide? I can't remember anymore. I will send each of you invitations for further meetings and lessons. If you choose to attend, be ready to challenge yourself and learn powerful magic. Perhaps even become a legend by conquering the cursed vaults. If you do not attend, I thank you in advance for not wasting my time. Good night. I get the feeling Madame Rakepick wants you to earn the right to help her find the cursed vaults, Casey. We don't need her help. I know how to get into the forest and I just need to know where to search when I'm inside. Let's see if Tulip found the exact location on the Forbidden Forest map and find the next vault ourselves. Yes. I would like that. I'm close to deciphering the Forbidden Forest map. Let's meet later at the Three Broomsticks to discuss my findings. Why? Why not now? Oh, she's close. She's not there yet. So there she is in the back with Bill Weasley. Hey Tulip, did you figure out exactly where the next cursed vault is from the Forbidden Forest map? It took a bit longer than I expected, but I've narrowed it down to a single grove. I can't be certain that it is the location of the cursed vault, but I am certain it is where we should start. Let's go, let's devise a plan, let's drink butterbeer! Clearly, we have to come up with a plan, right? We should come up with a plan for what to do next. Right, because even if we sneak inside, the Forbidden Forest is full of dangerous creatures and it is easy to get lost. Didn't you say you sneaked into the forest with Charlie? I did, but only because he got it in his head that he could catch a dragon, and I didn't want him to go alone. We got lost, and if it weren't for his tracking skills, we would have either starved or been eaten by something. Let me send him an owl and have him meet us here. Let's drink butterbeer until Charlie arrives, and he'll tell us the best way to survive the forest. And let us make sure we don't run out of butterbeer while we're waiting. What does this do again? Make him larger? And Gorgio! Brilliant! Does that mean you have to pay extra? We should wait for my brother at the Three Broomsticks more often. I still think they should have to pay more. That's not fair. What? Oh, I have to scroll. Hooray! I see you've been enjoying butterbeer without me. Thanks for coming, Charlie. We could really use your advice on how to get in and out of the Forbidden Forest. Getting out is easy, but I don't know how anyone can sneak in without the teachers watching. Professor Kettleburn said he used to fly in with his students. To be fair, he also mentioned losing a limb that way. That could work if you're a good flyer, but the forest is dangerous. And that's coming from someone who goes in searching for dragons. I practice flying and get comfortable casting Familius and Ferula. Those spells might save your life. Let me know when you're ready and I'll fly in with you to be sure you make it out safely. Thanks, Charlie. Wait until you see what it looks like inside the Forbidden Forest. You might not be so quick to thank me. Well, that's what I want to see. I've been hearing some disturbing rumors about you, Casey. Let's talk in our next flying class. Damn it. Hey, Casey. How was your secret meeting with Madame Rakepick? Wait, you knew about that? I told you when we first met that I know everything that happens at Hogwarts. Besides, Madame Rakepick invited me too. Why didn't you go? I'm more of a potion maker than a curse breaker. I'm already experimenting with a new brew that prevents sleepwalking. I just want to find the cursed vault with or without Madame Rakepick. I have to get better on a broom until I'm good enough to fly into the Forbidden Forest with Charlie. Have you worked out anything with the group that's supposedly after you? The one mentioned in the mysterious letter from last year? I honestly haven't had time to even give him a thought. Maybe that was who attacked me. What are you talking about? Someone attacked me in the courtyard. They told me to stay away from Rakepick and the vaults. I thought you knew everything that happened at Hogwarts. I would have made sure you're okay if I'd heard about that. Do you think it was Rakepick? I did, but now I'm wondering if it was someone else from the mysterious group. Or maybe she's part of the group. Do you want me to investigate the group for you? Yes? No? Before I jump into this, every single person keeps accusing Rakepick. Rule number 1 when you're accusing somebody of who it could be, it's never that person, it's always the person you least expect. Usually, right? That would be amazing. I had to focus on the cursed falls, but it would be nice to know who wants me dead. I'm happy to help, Casey. I'll talk to everyone about what they've heard and let you know what I find. I should focus on flying. I'd like to make it into the Forbidden Forest with my limbs intact. Don't be 8 hours. Is it 8 hours? It seems like it. So we're gonna do all this stuff. You don't need to see it. And now, who would like to demonstrate a fast sprint? Mr. Casey, how about it? That's what I would like to do, please. I don't really know if I've ever showed this to you before. It's quite a cool camera angle. If that's not going to get into the Forbidden Forest, I don't know what will. Hooray! Knocking out 5 stars, just like that. Well done! 10 points to Gryffindor! Thank you! Do you think I'm good enough to fly safely into the Forbidden Forest? Why? Just curious, I feel like my flying has really improved, and that seems like a tough test for even the best flyer. Why would you say that? You're just putting that in her head. Yes, I think you're skilled enough to safely fly into the Forbidden Forest. Thank you, that's great to hear. But I doubt you're skilled enough to land safely. Oh, burn. I'll see if I have time to brew you a Wiggenweld potion, but you should also practice your healing spells. Yes, let's all practice everything, shall we? See me later in the hospital wing. I may be able to teach you something important. Although that actually is pretty important. Healing is important. Even though I know a healing spell already. There she is. Oh. I'm trying to remember exactly what we have to do. Is it healing? Because it's the next day and I can't quite remember. You'll need to make this quick, Casey. I'm busy tending to these patients. They all have the Sleepwalking Curse? I believe so. Some of the sleepwalkers immediately return to normal when they wake, others can't be woken at all. Can I help? Was it this bad before? I'll break the curse. Middle one. You mentioned treating sleepwalkers, but was it this bad before? Oh. No, not to this degree. We can only hope that this curse will be broken before things get worse. What do you need, Mr. Casey? Will you teach me the bandaging charm for Rula? I'll use it to help any sleepwalking students who get hurt, or myself if need be. I suppose there's no harm in teaching you a useful charm. Pay attention, as I do not have time to teach you twice. Ooh, and it's really, really short. So after this short, I can show you the entire thing. I'm assuming we're going to wake up the person on the bed. This should do it. Oh yeah. I used up all of my energy. I've learned it. Pretend your arm is injured and cast a spell on yourself, Mr. Casey. Is that supposed to be a broken limb? Like you're dangling it? Dangle, dangle, dangle? Farula! I think it worked. It worked! I'm not really sure. Indeed, like all healing spells, we will hope you never have to use it. What? But they're still all conscious in the bed! It didn't work at all! Meet your fellow curse breakers on the training grounds. This time I gave you all a true test. Oh no. I'm not ready for a test. Although I just passed one. Talk to Rakepick. I'm sorry. Please don't beat me. I'm glad to see everyone has returned. I expect at least one of you to cower in the face of competition. I'm looking at you, Mr. Copper. Please don't. What curse are you going to teach us tonight? I won't be teaching any of you tonight, Miss Merk. You will be teaching one another. Curses? Curses, charms, transfigurations, potions, punches. I've never believed in putting restrictions on dueling. You want us to duel each other? As you all know, it is highly unlikely that you'll be able to enter a cursed vault without facing a fight. Dueling is the best way to improve your combat skills. I can't imagine a better way to determine who should serve as my assistant than rewarding the last one standing. Who would you like to duel, Mr. KC? Esmelda, Marula, Bill Weasley. I don't believe I've actually dueled Esmelda yet, have I? Marula and Bill for sure. Let's go with a new one. I'll duel Esmelda. I still owe her for what you did to Barnaby. That's right, I have not. When I'm done with you, I'll finish off that traitor. I sense some genuine hatred between you two. This should be fun. Just try it. 17, 18, 18 respectively. I believe I am high enough on all those. Prepare to duel, and we will see who truly deserves to enter the next curse vault. Wonderful. I am absolutely not off to a good start. Yeah, I accidentally tapped her. Thank goodness you get more than one chance. Else it would not have worked. Do I get the burn as well, I believe? No. Which one is the burn? Defensive. Duh, yay, I did it. I thought I failed it. Take that! I think this one is the burn one. In fact, I'm guaranteeing you it actually is. There we go. I win automatically. There's no way they can come back. There's absolutely no way they can come back. Oh, maybe. I never know. Maybe they heal a lot. That little sliver of thing is health? That is bull honky. I should have done a large one just to rub it in, but... she really didn't pose much of a challenge to me. Ooh, I've leveled up. And leveling up means you actually get a full thing of energy. Well done, Mr. Casey. I'd like to see you employ a bit more viciousness, but that should come with time. Next time we fight, it will be to the death, Casey. That's enough tonight. You will each receive a letter when it is time for our next meeting. Please stay behind, Mr. Casey. I would like to teach you a spell, one that aligns with your specific interests. Would you like a private lesson? Oh, baby, yes I would. Of course, I want to learn every spell I can. I appreciate your determination and thirst for knowledge. Expect an hour when it is time for your private lesson. In the meantime, good luck with the efforts to enter the Forbidden Forest. Don't give me that look. Don't! You're creeping me out. I don't like it. I've talked to Rakepick, even though everybody was still there. That was my private lesson, I guess. Oh no, she's going to send me an owl, I guess. Okay. So that is it for Chapter 4. Obviously, I still have to do a lesson on the side, finish those off. From what I understand, though, this Chapter 4 was the latest to date in terms of what you could do. This was a cutoff point, but within the last, I think, week or two, the developer actually released more chapters. I don't know if it's the remainder of Chapter 4 or not. I just want to go to the frickin' Forbidden Forest. That's just what I want. So hopefully soon we'll be able to do that. So yeah, keep it locked here for more Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. My name is Casey, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye guys.